The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Trackside Live. Trackside Live is presented by Wired to Wire Wealth. Now, let's go trackside to the Delaware County Fairgrounds and your host, Frank Froz.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds and Trackside Live as we get set for 5 days in Delaware presented by Wire to Wire Wealth. I'm Frank Froz, and today we've got the Steck family joining us, all of them. We've got Ron, his son Ranger here, and standing over there, and they'll be jumping in here in our second segment, Ron's wife Kyla and their daughter Parker. So we're going to start out with the guys, then we're going to go to the girls, and then Ron's going to come on. We're going to talk a little bit about the jug and the jugette. So, Ron, first off, how'd you get started in this business?
Started that for a couple of years and then moved on into the bigger stuff.
Family affair. You've got everybody involved. That's got to be fun to have everybody around every day. To a point. I saw the look on his face.
Yeah, it gets tough sometimes, but it works out. I mean, I couldn't do it without them, for sure.
Now, you've driven before. You're mainly training now. But you do have 13 starts this year. That's more than the last 3 years combined. Are we going to see a return to the bike on a regular basis? Now, you're sitting here saying no, and your wife's over there nodding yes. So, you miss driving?
Oh, I did. Not as easy anymore.
What do you like about training?
Love bringing them home, and seeing how they do from there. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, talking about the young ones, you got a young one sitting right here. 2 drives today in the first 3 races. Not a bad way to start your first year at Delaware off, is it?
No, I guess not. Really, last year I only had the opportunity to drive 1 horse, so really just being in more than 1 race this year here is just awesome.
So what do you like about driving?
Well, ever since I was a kid, watching Dad drive, I was just, it's like a thrill of like racing. And, this year I've really experienced how it really feels when you're, out there racing. But I just love the thrill. It's like a adrenaline type of thing. I mean, it makes me flow. I mean, I love racing. I love going fast. I love doing everything about it. So it's just something I love,
Is this the career?
I think so. I mean, this summer was kind of like my summer. I told Dad and my mom that, I didn't really want to go all out. I didn't want to be driving everything. I just kind of wanted to take it a little bit slow to see if this is something that I wanted to do forever or if I wanted to do something else. But after this summer, I feel like that I could do it until I can't anymore,
What type of advice did you give him as he starts out on this career?
Well, I mean, you do have to start slow and, just don't, be crazy about it. But he's done a good job. I mean, he's got to drive a really nice horse this year, and that helps out a lot.
What went through your mind the first day he started his first race?
Well, that was last year here, and it wasn't good. He missed the gate, but the horse was a little tough, and we took a shot, and he just got his license, and but I like to watch him. It's a lot of fun.
First win, Washington Courthouse. Tell me about it.
It was awesome. Well, like my dad said, Big Bad Whammo, he's been awesome for me this year in that series. He's really old. He knows you take him out on the track and you could probably just turn him loose and him go out there and do everything he's supposed to. But I knew as soon as, I seen the 3/4 pole I pulled out, and I knew that, he was a good horse and he was going to go on. So as soon as I got out to the front, I turned around and looked back, and they were behind me, and I was like, man, I'm finally about to do this for real. Like, I'm actually about to get my first win. I didn't know that was Dad's first place, that he got his first win until after the fact. So then, it was even cooler after that.
10,000 starts, over 10,000, over 1,500 wins as a driver. Who did you drive in that first race that you won?
Widow Might was who it was, yeah. Yep.
I tried to look that back up. Pathways doesn't go back that far.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. anybody you look up to besides your dad in the driving community?
Well, as a kid, I'd come here a lot, so I know a lot of the guys around here. I mean, like I always talk about Chris Page. I mean, he's a really big driver, but to me, he's like, he's been there for me. He's been here all through it. He's one of the guys that would let me have my first jogs around here. He'd let me jog Red Power, the horse that he had. It was a red horse. Just an older horse that he had. He'd let me jog him out here, and he's the one who really got me started. He's way above everybody else, but he's not ever afraid to come down and help or loan something or give me something. I mean, I've borrowed colors, I've borrowed helmets, gloves, whips. I was gonna get a race bike off of him not too long ago. So I mean, he's just anything I ever need, he's always there for me. So it's just someone I always put. I want to be more like him. He's a good guy.
Were you one of those kids around the winner's circle screaming, "Give me your whip, give me your gloves"?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I came home from Cider Downs one night when I was a kid, and I think I popped the trunk to my mom's Cadillac, and I think I had like 20 to 30 in the back of there because I'd go into the driving group, and they'd be like, "Here you go, here you go, here you go." So, it's always, I have a really good relationship with a lot of the Ohio drivers. I mean, I know a lot of them. I talk to a lot of them. Known them because of Dad, so we're pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty cool with all of them.
How many do you have in your barn right now?
We still have around 28.
Is that normal for you?
Yeah, but we started with around 30, and we've raced most of them all summer. So that's a little bit bigger than the last few years, but it's a good number.
Over compared to the past, how is your year going this year?
It's been okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I mean, you can always want to do better, but we've got some colts that are racing in the bigger races, so it's been good.
Who are the stars in your barn?
Well, I mean, I got some nice pacing fillies, and I got a pacing colt, a 2-year-old who'll race here in the Breeders' Championship. He's been good for us. Haven't drew the best here lately, but hopefully we can draw good here and do better.
What does this week mean to you? Training here, living in the area?
Well, this is a great place to train, and it's kind on the horses. We have a great track man, and Tommy Wright. He does a good job around here, so can't complain about anything. It means a lot to be close to home and have a facility like this.
Plus, also being here, it's pretty equal distance to get to the different tracks if you have to, the Southern Circuit, the Northern Circuit, if you decide to go to Northfield.
Yeah, yep, it's not bad at all. Of course, Scioto is the closest for us, but the rest of them, within 2 hours. So,
and being close to Scioto, you kind of go, okay, great, the meet's done. Now we got to drive a little farther.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the underlying theme to everybody I've talked to the last couple of days. Yeah, now I got to drive a little farther.
Yeah. Well, we have so many young horses too, so. This time of year, we get through Delaware and hopefully the finals, and then we don't race a ton in the wintertime.
You talked about you enjoy the young horses, bringing them along. How long do you keep them in your barn after their 3-year-old's year, or do you move on and look for more of the younger horses?
Yeah, we bought some more already this year for the younger stuff, but there is a few pets in our barn that we keep. So them's the ones we race in the fall and into the winter. But I don't know. There's 5 or 6 of them that I think now that we keep around.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break here, and then we're going to bring the ladies onto the set and talk to them about, as Ron said, the brains of the operation when we return to the Delaware County Fairgrounds right after this.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Welcome back to the Delaware County Fairgrounds, 5 days in Delaware, Trackside Live, presented by Wire to Wire Wealth. Glad to have you along. Now joining us is Kyla and Parker Steck, and thanks for taking the time this morning to come out. Your husband has said in the past you're the brains of the operation.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Most houses and households, the mom and the wife is the one that does it. Tell us a little bit about your role in the Steck stable.
I always say I'm just the stall cleaner, but I think it really is just a family thing. We all kind of just chip in and do a little bit of everything. I don't jog here. I used to jog when my dad had his farm in Sunbury, but I don't jog or go on the track. The rest they do, but I don't. But I kind of take care of all the feeds, all the EPM medicine, all the belly medicine, anything that they need that way. I take care of all of that, and all the sawdust ordering, the feed, the tack, all that kind of stuff.
Now, you mentioned your father, so it's been in your family,
Yeah.
How long? How far back does it go?
Oh, I don't know when my dad started. My dad was John Schultz, so he trained. He had a farm in Sunbury. My sister is Darla Gaskin. My nephew's Tyler George. My niece is Emily Gaskin. So it's not just us. It's a huge thing. Plus, my other sisters that don't train, they still are very involved. They know what's going on, where we're racing, what's happening.
It's funny. One of the things I work on back at the office as we're doing this is the harness racing family tree, so people can figure out who's related to all the other people, because there is a lot of people in this industry, and you don't know, that aspect of it. So you're the shipping guru, apparently.
Yeah, I learned to ship last winter, I think, and I pretty much go to the track every night and take care of all the racing and the paddock schedules and stuff like that around our barn.
All right, now you're the older of the two, right?
Yep.
How many years difference?
He's 6 years younger than me.
All right. How is he as a brother?
He's good. We have our days. I think every brother and sister kind of has those days, but yeah, he's been good. We've gotten closer in the last couple of years, especially having him in the barn, and I'm thankful for him. We have an older brother as well. He's 3 years older than us, so I'm thankful to have the relationship with my siblings that I have.
What's it like watching your dad when he's out driving? The few times he's done a lot more this year, as you were nodding over there. You want to see him on the track more?
Yeah, I want him to see. Yes, definitely. He is very good with trotters. So if we have one that's difficult, I would rather him do it if we can, because there's more of a feedback when he gets off. And not that the other ones aren't perfectly capable, but, when he's training them and they train here, they can train like jug winners. But you take them somewhere else and they have issues. I feel like he can then come back to the barn and fix those if he knows what's going on actually in a race.
What's it like working every day with the family? Mom's there, dad's there, brother's there.
Like my dad said, it does get tough sometimes, but I'm very thankful to be able to work under my parents and that they've given us the opportunity that they've given us. We're so blessed, and even just growing up, like outside of it, these horses have provided for us, and we had opportunities growing up that I don't think a lot of kids would have had without these horses out here. So I am very thankful. My parents, they're great to work for, or in my opinion, I don't know if everybody would agree, but in my opinion, I think that they're great to work for.
What's Delaware Week mean to you, having been in the industry for so long?
This is my favorite time, and it's more than just the racing. But like I said, my sisters are here. They come. They're all here. It's my family here. So it's. I love this week. Our owners are here. They're back at the barn. Our barn runs just a little bit different. It's more like an assembly line. So somebody doesn't just have one horse, but our owners are very involved. Gary and Rita Condit are here, and they come, they give treats, so they're here this week, and I love this week. This is my favorite week. Plus, it's almost like the downhill of shutting her down.
What makes a good owner?
I don't know. We have the best in the business, I can tell you that. Gary and Rita, like I said, Condit, they've been with us since a week after Parker was born, so 26 years, and they love the horses. You don't have to worry if there's an issue. They don't have your feet to the fire, to go if there's a problem. And I think that's the main thing, just understanding that they are animals, not machines. We can't program them. And
Well, you talked about it appears that we do have a couple of pets back over there.
well, I might have one, but I don't know about
They're
that.
mostly mine. I will admit it. I have a 10-year-old McCardle gelding, McWiz over there that's been with us since he was 2. So he's a cool guy. I think he actually is on the Delaware Hayes football program page because they wanted to come over here and take a picture with the Pacers. So he's a pretty cool guy. I've got a couple other ones, but he's probably the main one, I think.
What makes him so special?
I don't know. Honestly, I came over here. My mom loved him first. She loves to say that, so I'll give her that. But I loved him second. So he's cool. I mean, he's so nice. Whenever anybody wants to come over here, and kids, and he's so good with them. So
still racing.
Cool. Still racing. He just raced in Lexington. We didn't have the best go down there, but couple tough fractions on him. So he didn't have a great day down there, but he's still racing. He had a really good meet at Scioto this summer, so he's been good.
Well, good. And your pet over there, you got to have one.
Yeah, I have one. She's coming back from a little tendon problem, but she is actually the Bomb Dottie, the broodmare that I own. It's her filly that I have at Dottie Seashell. So she's trouble. She's real flighty and all that, so she becomes my problem. But when she doesn't race, she'll go be a mom, so it's fine. She's not going anywhere, and neither is McWiz, and they already know that, so it's fine.
Do you have the time to enjoy this week? Or is it all work, or do you just
we just make the time. We just make the time. Like I said, we kind of just do it as an assembly line. So we come in and get the work done, and then we can do whatever we want, or whatever. I don't know how I'm going to do with Ranger driving because I get a little nervous because I don't want him to get hurt. So I don't know how today will go. I'll have to get through the first 3 races before I can enjoy anything because I usually stay. Last year I didn't even come to the track. Yeah, I hid because I was so worried. I just don't want him to get hurt.
Were you there for his win at Washington Courthouse?
No, we were here training, and something told me that horse was going to be good, but I was like, don't count your chicken. I was just thinking, just don't. But we were watching. The whole fairgrounds was screaming, actually, because everybody was watching, and you could hear, Dave Warren's staff was screaming. You could hear everybody yelling and hollering, and Danny Jones, the stall man here, was watching it, and he was hooping and hollering. And so we were watching, but we were all in different barns, but everybody was rooting for him. And I think that's one of the cool things about this week also is that everybody that trains here, they're very good people. They're very, we're all friends. Everybody helps everybody. Of course, Brian and Jenny help everybody. That I know that doesn't count, but, anything you need, they take care of. So I think that's what makes this week so special is we're all together and we get to show off what we do, what we all do as a
What would it be
industry.
like? What's it going to be like driving across from that corner to that winner's circle if he finds it today?
I'm going to be thinking of my dad. For sure. I'll be thinking of my dad.
Oh, that's great. So, all right, we're going to take another break. Want to thank Kyla and Parker for joining us. We're going to get Ron back up here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the jug and the jugette when we return to Trackside Live at the Delaware County Fairgrounds right after this.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
This September, the thrill returns to Delaware, Ohio. It's the Little Brown Jug. World-class harness racing, heart-pounding action, and unforgettable fun. Join the tradition. Feel the roar. Be a part of history. We have several hospitality and ticket options, including the new Jug Social Club. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR. The Little Brown Jug, where champions are crowned.
The Delaware County Fairgrounds. Frank Froz joined again by Ron Steck as we are here for Trackside Live. Day one of 5 days in Delaware. 20 races on the schedule today. Busy day here at the fairgrounds. And Ron, let's step back a little bit in time and talk about the Jug.
Yep.
What does the race mean to you?
Well, it's just a great race. I mean, you know, you get to see good horses, and it's here on the, you know, where we train, and it's exciting every year. I look forward to it.
One of the few people who's had the privilege of driving in this race.
Yeah, I did. My father-in-law, he had a horse, Wow Wow, and they asked me to drive him, and it was an honor.
What went through your mind that day as you were, you know, getting ready to go get behind that gate?
Well, you know, I was young, and driving with John Campbell and all those guys, and it was awesome. I mean, it really was, and those guys were great to drive with. I mean, you know, I didn't have a great shot in there, but you know, they still, you know, treated me good, you know, and it was a lot of fun.
What does it take to get a horse to the Jug?
Wow, you know, our breeding's getting better around the state of Ohio. You know, normally you had to go out of state basically to get something good enough to race here, but now you're seeing that they're showing up, and but it's tough. I mean, you better have a good horse when you come here.
When do you know what level your 2-year-olds are going to be at? At what point from the time you purchase them to get them on the trail, is there a point when you go, okay, this is going to be this is going to be that?
Yeah, well, you know, when it takes qualifying to get, you know, I've had horses through the years that you thought, well, it's just probably a fair horse. And then you qualify them a couple times, or maybe start them a couple times after that, and then here they come. And they develop into a stake horse. And most of the time, you know, you can tell. But sometimes you'll get surprised.
Now, you've also had the opportunity to drive in the Jugette, too.
I did. We bought a mare, and her name was Hawaiian Flash. And she was a really good horse. She was 10 for 10 at 2. And we come here, and I left that day, and a guy left on me, and we kind of got in a speed duel. And again, I was young, and I didn't want to turn the lead up, and it cost me. You know, I believe my filly should have won that day, but racing didn't work out. So, but it was another exciting time, you know, be able to drive in that.
Those two races mean so much to the people around here, especially on the pacing side. And then, you know, we've got the Old Oak and Bucket and the Buckhat for the trotters. What would it mean to you in your career if you could win the Jug or the Jug?
Oh, it'd be huge, you know, but, you know, and I, like I say, we got great owners, and they're buying better stuff. So we're trying, but, you know, it's just hopefully we can get there someday.
Were you down at the Jug sale on Friday?
I did.
Did you guys get anything?
We bought 4.
Okay.
Yep. So it was tough to buy. I mean, you better have some bullets.
So what did you buy down there?
Well, we bought it down by the Seaside Colt.
Okay.
And then we bought an in-range trotter. I bought a Summa Culloden. And then what else did we buy? Oh, and a Lather Up Colt.
So as of right now, you have 3 Jug contenders and 1 Old Oak and Bucket contender. As of right now.
As of right now, we're going to win them.
And that's what you have to do as an owner and trainer. You got to look at them and go, hey, this may be the one that's going to get us that we want to do.
Very possible. I mean, and you know, they don't know what they cost, no matter if you give $10,000 or $200. You know, but you got to have them to get get a shot at it.
Now, what do you have in this week here? How busy is the Steck stable going to be this week?
Quite a few. We got 5 today. So 4 Payson fillies and then Rangers horse. So hopefully it'll work out. A couple Buckeyes. So, but we race every day. 3 or 4 every day.
So you're really not going to have that one day where you can just kind of sit back there and then enjoy and watch everybody else.
When you say that, I do only have one tomorrow.
Early?
So,
is it early?
But it's 7th race, and actually I'm driving.
Oh, good. That'll be good to see in the bike again.
Yeah, well, we've had some issues with her, so we're going to see if we can get her around okay.
When you talk about issues, how important is it for you as the trainer to drive sometimes so you can actually see, as your wife said, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I actually drove this filly quite a bit earlier, and then I took her to Scioto, and she raced huge. 2-year-old triumph, she trotted 55. And Chris drove her that night, and he got along great. Well, I can't get Chris all the time, He drives a lot for Ronnie. So, but then I took her to another fair, and another guy drove her, and she run. So, not his fault at all, but she may tomorrow. I don't know. But it is very important, I think, But with Ranger, too, I can, he trains a lot with me, and he's learning those things. So he's drove a couple this summer for me that I've had some issues with, and we've got it figured out.
Does he, when he's doing that for you, does he offer suggestions, and does he have an eye yet to see some of those things this early?
He does. I mean, and that's why, I wanted him just to come into it slow. Then he can learn, and horses on a line, or doing something that that we need to fix, and he's very good with that. I mean, he's trained all my babies with me, and we have to talk like that to be able to get him right.
I know years ago we did a freshman focus with you, and you talked about him, and that you thought this was going to be his path in life at some point. You still feel this is his path as he moves forward?
Yeah, I do. He was a pretty good athlete in school, and I thought maybe he might go on. I'm not saying he was going to go pro or nothing like that, but he's always been able to do pretty good at what he did, and he's always wanted to do it, and but I just wanted to wait a while. Chris and them guys, said get him going. I said he'll be fine. He when he trains here and things like that, he was learning, and now he's done okay, so hopefully we can keep that going for him,
And when you can learn and grow up in an atmosphere like you have here at Delaware, it's got to help.
Oh, yeah, I believe it does. Yeah. I agree 100%.
Well, have you looked, do you have a pick in the jug yet? I mean, even though we don't know who the entries are, we've got ideas.
Well, I'd love to see Ronnie Wren win it, Blueprint. He's a good friend, and he deserves it.
All right. Well, Ron, thank you for joining us here today. Thank you to your family. This is the first day of our Trackside Lives. We'll have these every morning. Stay tuned to see who we have tomorrow. We'll be back today at about 12:50 for Countdown to Post Time as we get set for 20 races here from the Delaware County Fairgrounds. For Matt Clark, Ron Steck, I'm Frank Frost saying we'll see you later on this afternoon for 5 days in Delaware. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been Trackside Live. Trackside Live is presented by Wire to Wire Wealth. Trackside Live is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.